got ourselves Envy over for the team 1, ready to go. Oh, wait, Blood Elf? Huh, not an orc this time around. We got Leo here as well. The Frost Death Strike. Oh, you're not Frosty, you're Unholy. I like that look, by the way. Oh, wait, that actually looks awesome. Wait, I like the simple shoulders, the gloves. The parasol is a nice touch. The tabard. I like the simplicity of the set. Even like what looks like you're wearing socks. I actually really like the simplicity of the set. I don't know what it is. What kind of shoes are those? What is that? What is that supposed to be even? I like this. What the hell? It looks like black and white. Like grayscale. Everything. Cobra gonna be first up versus him with his mog. Dropping down a couple of rain of fires. Is he playing Diabolus? He is playing Diabolus. The Diabolus got buffed up. All the demons summon Diabolus hit harder. Ruination should hit also very, very hard too. Gonna be Leo immediately with the army of undead summoning up. Is he playing the full army build with the mages? He does play mages. It's gonna be full zombos versus demons. Armies of demons spawning in. Leo, IBFs to try to see if he keep pushing the offensive versus Cobra. Go for the big gateway. Is to try to see if he can connect TDs around for Leo. Doesn't quite connect with a grip onto Cobra, however, is going to be able to get dots as well as a bolt to follow. Maybe a big defensive out of Leo. Maybe you're looking at it. Deathpack might have to be the play. Using the Death Strike buffs in order to keep himself alive. Look at the Death Strike buffs. Look at these Death Strike buffs, man. Look at that healing. Look, wait, the class can actually heal now. No way. Look at Leo catching back up to full health. I don't know how many Death Strike that was, but he was able to catch up. Look at him. Every single time he's hacking away with a Death Strike, he actually rips a good bit of health back. That's amazing. Oh, that Pit Lord actually does feel impactful. Just a couple of seconds to channel there. Not even a full second. And he's already did a number into Leo's health. He's going to go for a fear, try to see if he can dodge it. Cobra, does he have another port to get out of the way? Leo trying to be very, very careful. Might have to go for Deathpack here. Potentially has damage here. Bomb coming up soon. Death Strike's keeping him alive, though, barely. Try to see if he can maybe get a kick. Oh, it's just Cobra. Does go for AMS with a big grip, maybe? No! Wraithwalk to try to catch up as the armies of undead dudes come out little by little. Try to avoid the mages with the frost bolts and shadow bolts because those have also gotten buffed up by a decent bit. So that could be decent damage for Leo. Wait now for the death back here. Has the pet. He's going to grip the pet. And look at those death strikes. Look at those death strikes. I know it's not the craziest healing. He's not literally hitting a lay on hands on himself when he hits a death strike. But like, his health bar actually moves. It actually makes a movement. Silence onto the Cobra. Might be under a lot of pressure. I don't know if he's going to survive it. That's also one extra rider joining in the play. Mortal Coil into Shadow Fury. Cannot break out of it. Actually doesn't break out of it. Human Racial will save for just for that. Walls up for Cobra. Can hard cast spells at Leo, but he's not going to go for it. Lichborn now for Leo. Just to give him some more healing. Big damage on the Cobra. Blind. Oh, catches a win. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lordy and Saya. Oh, Saya's gonna end your day, ain't he? Unless he gives Leo a chance here to fully recover. It does have Magefoot on the team, so it should be okay. I'm not gonna let him. Just gonna walk up and bonk him immediately. Wake of Ashes, getting that Dawn Light on him. For Leo's gonna have to try to heal through the Dawn Light. That's about all he can really do in that situation. He has to go for healing, man. He has to go for Death Strike spam. He's just trying to see if he can back up out of there. AMS is available. Maybe he can catch up a little bit of healing. Saya does get him some tentacle spawning in. Backing away from Leo. Just going to hit him from range. He doesn't need to be in melee range of the guy at all. Leo under a ton of pressure. I don't know if he can go for an army here. Might be able to. But that Dawn Light, that might just kill you. Dawn Light with Consecration might just be the end of you. You need to heal. Yeah, Saya just walks by and just hammers you down. That is so rough, man. That is not easy. Stormbolt by Envy does get a spear onto Saya. It is going to connect, but he's going to wait out for the blind into a stun right after. Just try to see if he can bypass the damage of the warrior. But look at that big mortal strike there. Hold on a second. Saya, unless you can get away from him and slow him down, which is exactly what he's trying to do. Just try to cut him out as best as possible. Could be under a lot of pressure. At least the executes from Envy don't hit nearly as hard. The Rand, however, has got buffed up by like 15% to compensate for the execute nerf. So maybe for Saya, there could potentially be quite a decent bit of bleeds. Those executes are still doing a decent bit of damage. The Envy's health is getting pretty low. Does get himself a charge. Blaze Storm staying on top of Saya with a stun. Playing out the Slayer, so he's getting free Mortal Strikes in between of the Blaze Storm. Might be able to let him catch up in damage, but the couple of hammers on Saya were enough to take him down. That is rough, man. That is rough. I believe you need 2 masks for Wyvern, 1 for the Wolf. I thought it was 3 masks for the Wyvern. At least that's how it was on PTR for a little bit. But maybe they changed it. Maybe Because I know the Griffin, it looked like it was going to need like 1, but then it became 2. Wyvern was supposed to be 3, but then maybe it became 2. I'm not really sure. I know that they changed up the visions a little bit right before like the release. Because PTR and the version we have now are different. Even like the split personality madness was a little different on PTR. Gave you a lot more outs, a lot more spaces to break out of it. Compared to the current version, which is like, okay, let's buff it back up. It's super annoying. Me's just trying to see if he can stay away from Saya. He has got himself full immunity to magic damage. Breath will not be able to connect. Stun might be able to if you can just walk next to him, but he's right out of your range, having to back up out of there. But Beast is under pressure. He is going to get domed down by another hammer. You could have blocked in that situation, I guess, but I feel like at that point you maybe decided, you know what, I am so behind, I'm just going to end it here. Nutka the Orc Mage is going to be up next. They beefed up Fire Mages quite a lot with PvP buffs, by the way, this week. Trick it out, but a blind is going to be able to connect. Saya go for regenerating that. Mastery dot will not be able to break that damage. Saya under a ton of pressure, might have to bubble this. Trying to see if he keeps him alive here. Needs to be very, very careful. Did Pyroblast actually hit very hard now? It's going to be a bubble. Invis out for Nutka. Got himself random proc combustion. Shift the power to get some cooldowns back really, really quickly. And Saya tried to continue down the slammer jammer onto the mages. They did end up nerfing the mages reflect shield PvP talent, but the rest of his damage kit is very, very strong now. It's got buffed up by like, what is it, 15-20% or something like that? Hold on, I actually still have the notes here. It's buffed up by, let me tell you, 15 to 20. Most abilities by 15 or so. Like basic abilities, blast, pyro. I think pyro by 20. But yeah, all the others are by 15. Nutka might not be in a great spot. Might be actually in a little bit of trouble. I think it's over. Unless he blocks it. Might just have to. Still has Cauterize. Trying to go for shields. Shields is going to reflect damage back to Saya, but they're not going to be long-lived. Cauterize proc. He might be looking for a block here. There goes the block. There goes the block. Saya does get himself in a great position, though no more immunities are left. So for Nutka, for the mage here, this might be his best chance here, man. Is going to go for a knockback off of that breath. Try to land a poly onto Saya. Saya, however, has plenty of range damage, so Nutka is not gonna be able to max range him. Does drop a big meteor, big pyroblast to follow. Is it gonna be enough here? Got himself instant cast, breaking through shield of vengeance. Saya kind of low, but so is Nutka. Needs himself a shield immediately. Goes in for invis, but it's not enough. No, it is not enough. But Shiny gonna be up next. Saya picking up a layer of hands just to stabilize, but he's got himself a trinket. He needs to burn wings and really put pressure onto Shiny immediately. Oh, blind off of a leap, which actually does put a daze on you. So you actually can kind of see it, and if you quick enough off of that leap, you can blind the feral. That actually is a big tell if you're not careful as a feral. There is a disorient effect. Not disorient. What does it say? Daze? Slow. It's just like a slow effect. It's like a slow and debuff. Bash onto Saya does get him some blessing and sake. So stun does not sit long at all though. Hold on, as he gets turned around, Shiny does get some bleeds on the guy. Saya, you are under a ton of pressure. Those bleeds are detrimental. Into a stun. No tricking for the feral. Had himself Heart of the Wild. Heart of the Champion. Gives him plenty of defense. Just needs to let the bleeds roll. Shield of Vengeance for Saya. Oh, does bring it back though. Hold on. Saya with a 5. I did not think Saya was walking in here looking for a clean sweep. What is that? This guy, dude. These Paladins, man. Paladins didn't get buffed up this week, did they? I think they got buffed up last week or something, right? My goodness. Let's get us another one going, boys. Yeah, uno más, uno más, uno más.